what's up? How's everything, everybody? Yeah, it's been a while. I've grown some more gray hairs. No, I'm joking. It has been. It has been. Well, I mean, we have been busy. Ruben in the booth over there is he's shooting a lot of commercials or a lot of movies, a lot of he's on set a lot. So he's out there more. So it's which is understandable because once he becomes famous, he won't. Hopefully, he doesn't forget about us. But now once he becomes famous, we're done. There won't be no more. There won't be no more show. He won't. He'll be like, yeah, I'm shutting it down. Um, no, this is one of his loves. He might be famous and still do this. Um, but yeah, you seen the title is Mayday protest and bike run. Well, a couple weeks ago, I seen a flyer at a cultural center that my friend runs, and it said bike run, and I said, "Whoa, you guys got a bike run?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah." So I was like, I might, you know, I might have the balls to do this." And I've never trained. I ride a bike here and there just for the exercise, and I never trained. That I'm good on a bike, and so I didn't realize how grueling this bike run was going to be for me. I I just brought enough water. I slept good, and took it all the way from, my town, Trenton to Princeton. And we could say it was probably about 10 to maybe 18 miles with all the extra riding. And it was a couple, it was it wasn't fun. Riding it, I mean, listen, it was very, very rewarding. But some of the points when you're going uphill, you know, your legs are killing you. You got cramps, but you keep going, you keep pushing. And let me tell you, it was something I'd never done in my life. I think I can knock that off, scratch that off the bucket list. I not only I took it with a BMX bike, not a mountain bike, but a BMX bike, a 1985 Diamondback Viper. I think I may have done a video on it, and yeah, that was pretty crazy that I did that. And thank thank goodness that I had the three-piece crank on there, and the chain, everything was just right. All the bike is definitely well worth the money. That I paid for. It took me, that whole didn't break down. Didn't no. It was just perfect for that ride for me. And it wasn't just a ride. It was Mayday. It was Mayday ride, and it was like 20 of us. We rode anywhere from Trenton to Princeton, and we rode for the workers' rights. We rode for you know Palestine. We rode for Bosch Ice, the immigrants. We rode for so many reasons. And upon us getting to Princeton, a lot of the people that were out there was clapping. It was kind of cool. I never had that before. I mean, I never rode a bike from one point to a large distance. So it was kind of cool that that I was able to take that ride, and you know, I don't know how I did it. I don't know if I could ever do it again in a BMX from that point to point again, but I'll definitely attempt to do it again. Even if I take the same bike, I wouldn't. I don't think I would. I wouldn't mind because I know I could do it. I would just plan a little bit differently. More water, more water. And some sugar and stuff. But it was, we got to one point. You know, we in front of Princeton University, downtown, on Nassau Street, and people were clapping. It was amazing. It was kind of cool. And then went to a couple more points, and then met out the valley. It was turned into like a protest and a rally. It was kind of cool. Then it was just I became a part of the protest, and with the bikes we were had vest on, and just helping with security. Just letting making sure people seeing that we were out there. It was kind of cool. It's something I never did before, and I'm pretty grateful that I did it. It was rewarding. Painful the next day. I'm still eating bananas, trying to get that energy back. Even it was 2 Fridays ago. It's still like eating bananas, eating fruits and vegetables, trying to get my energy back up. 'Cause that took a lot out of me. It didn't take a lot where I hurt some bones or I hurt muscles. But no, it just you know it's gonna take me a bit. A couple of days later, I was back on a bike. But I know I'm crazy. I was there a week later. I was on a I think it was like Thursday or a Friday that I just said, let me get back on a bike and just to see, make sure I didn't have any issues with the bike, make sure I didn't have any pulled muscles or anything that I couldn't do it. It was just pretty damn cool that I got to do that, be a part of, you know, a community wide protest. That I feel, we protested for so many things, so many causes, and it was just pretty cool to do that. Um, it's like I said, I can scratch off a bucket list, 20 mile, we'll just say almost a 15 to 20 mile bike run, from one point to another point. That was pretty badass. I got to give myself a pat on my shoulder because I don't even know how. I don't even like some of the guys were like, I don't even know how you're still doing that. And I'm like, it's just grit. It's just I'm built differently. And yeah, it was kind of cool. It was kind of cool. The whole the protest turned into a you know it was a bike run that I was a part of that turned into a rally and then protest and then a rally again. It was kind of cool. Um, got to show off, my old vintage bike, so that was pretty cool, you know. Um, yeah, and I have a whole bunch of bikes, but I don't have any mountain bikes, and I probably have, maybe I do have a mountain bike somewhere, but as I stated, I have more BMX bikes, and so I figured, hey, let me take out a BMX bike, see if I can do this. Yeah, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, but I did it. And like I said, I gotta be proud of myself. And it was really rewarding. This is In My Circle. Ralph, also known as DJ Noise, and do me a favor, like, subscribe, and subscribe. Follow the page, comment. Let me know, what I can do to gain more subscribers, shorter content, videos, longer videos, more interviews, crazier shit about crazy shit, you know. But let me know. Let me know what you think. And this is Ralph In My Circle. Peace. Yeah, we're gonna shoot another segment.